Hi everybody, I'm David Ponning and Zhang Yun is behind the camera. I've been living in China for 5 years and today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you should consider China as a place you would want to live in. And even more, I'll give you reasons to never come here. Money. China presents unique possibilities for making money. Most of my friends who came here are doing either international trade, teaching, or working as tech guys in big companies. Friends who are doing international business came here with little to zero experience. They've been hired by the companies from their own countries to be working as inspectors, inspecting goods that those companies order from Chinese factories, learned the trade, and then started the companies of their own. Now, they're making ridiculous amounts of money.
If I'm not mistaken, my annual turnover was around 1 million, something like that.
Is it rupees?
Yes. $1 million.
Now teachers, if you came here 7-8 years ago, you could come from any country in the world, have a white face, and even if the pinnacle of your knowledge is knowing just ABCs,
please give me Coke.
You could be earning up to $2,000 a month. The times have changed, you can't do that anymore, but if you're a decent teacher with good experience, you can still make a lot of money. I've got friends who are making $4,000 to $5,000 a month by just teaching. Transportation is very cheap and convenient. If you prefer subway, you can get anywhere around the city for just around $1. The trains are very tidy, always on time, and the subway itself is very safe.
Besides, there are public bikes in front of every single subway station.
Now me personally, I prefer to get a cab. You're gonna pay around $7 for half an hour trip, which I think is a bargain. Next one, safety. Safety, 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 safety. China is safe. There's almost no thieving, fighting, or stabbing on the streets, at least in the first-tier cities. Of course, you have to pay for all that with your privacy. Smaller cities are different. Let me tell you a story. Me and Yun love water parks. We went to this little city Baoding because we found a good water park there. We drove our car and we managed to get there only in the evening. We were late for the water park. Instead, we decided to pop over to the bar and move the water park to the next day. We had fun, had a couple drinks, had a chat, and decided to go home, as the next day we had to wake up early. When we came out looking for a cab, 3 guys were sitting outside of the cafe. When we were passing by, one of them said something to us. I didn't hear what exactly he said. That's why I turned around and asked him, 你说啥? Which means, what did you say? He answered me with a chair in my face. I covered up and 3 of them started fighting with me. Now in China, you cannot fight. They say, if you fight, you got 2 options. Either you go to the hospital or you go to the prison. I was covering up until the point when I saw Yun got hit. Everything will happen after, I know based on Yun words.
So when I turned back, 1, 2, 3 guys all lied on the ground, and David was sitting on one of them and was shouting, "Do you want me to kill you?"
So we put them to rest and called the police. Police came and we spent the whole night in the police station. We came out in the morning. Police classified our behavior as self-defense. The guys had to pay the fine. They could go to jail as well, but we decided not to go too harsh on them and agreed for them to pay the fine. Oh, and when we went to Inner Mongolia, we got our car broken in. Apart from that, no joke, it really is safe. The next reason to move to China is food. Joking. Rent. You gotta love the rent prices. Beijing is one of the most developed cities in the world. 3 airports, 8 train stations, 22 million residents. Let me show you something. 2 bedrooms, gigantic living room, your own kitchen and bathroom. Guess how much you got to pay for that in Beijing? Well, if you're okay not being the most central potato in the pot, you're looking at around $500 a month for a beauty like this in the suburbs of Beijing. Not bad, is it? Now, before you applied for visa and booked your ticket, let's talk about the flip side of the coin. I'm not going to list all the little things I get annoyed with living in China. Instead, I'm going to talk about this one thing that I think is the cause of all the negative experience I get from the country: non-religious society. Officially, China is an atheist state. That means that their value system is different. The money and financial success is the ultimate goal, and nothing else matters. Also, in that case, lying for a Chinese person is not a problem at all if it benefits him. There are a lot of horrible videos circling around the internet. The latest one I saw is this lady got hit by a car, and while she was injured but not severely, she was lying on the ground, and the driver, instead of helping her, decided to run her over back and forth until eventually killing her. That's because if she survives, driver has to pay her medical treatment and compensation for the rest of her life. And if she dies, he just goes to prison for 5 years. Because people don't have any religious beliefs, that's why in a situation like this, for them, very much of an option could be taking someone's life instead of giving away the most precious thing they have: money. Keep that in mind, and let's move on to reason number 5. And finally, the most important reason for me to live in China is domestic tourism. China is a huge country with a large diversity of cultures, cuisines, architecture, and even climates. Unforgettable views, thousands of years of history make this country a heaven for those who like to travel. The Avatar Mountains, Northern Lights, lovely warm beaches, Mount Everest, the Great Wall, you name it. Without a doubt, China is worth visiting. Whether to stay, it's up to you.